Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I'm going to do a dual purpose video here. First of all, for Jake. You know, Jake's been begging everybody to do a video, and I had not done a video, and you know, with the holidays and stuff, Jake, I apologize. But since, you know, Mangini and the Misfits this morning decided to do a video, so I can't go without it because, you know, Jake, what we need to do is we need to create our own Misfits. And we could do like the Misfits 2.0. You know, we can get Dougie Kahn here. We can get Dylan. We can get Adam, Vintage Sanctuary. We can get a whole bunch of guys together and have our 2.0 Misfits, which would be maybe an improvement over the original Misfits. So just a thought there, Jake. But, you know, talking about my collection, and I've shown so many cards, and really my collection is not just cards, because I'm an autograph collector. And a lot of people don't know that I collect, you know, autographs, because I used to do that in person. And for me, it was just a thrill of getting the, meeting the athletes and stuff, you know, just like Jake did when he met Chipper Jones. I mean, that's the exciting part of things. But anyway, I'm gonna show you just a little bit of my autograph collection today. So let's go. So, you know, I've got a lot of pictures. One thing I don't have is I don't have a display. I don't have them out. I should, I did at one time, but everything's been, you know, put away in boxes right now. And that's where it's been sitting for a long, long time. And I'm just gonna, and binders. So I'm just going to pull out some stuff and just kind of show you what my autograph collection is. I do have autograph balls. I have autograph photos. I'm going to show you a few of those. The balls was just too much to bring out. But I did show you my Miguel Cabrera World Series signed ball with the Marlins. And stuff like that I've shown before. And I've shown some of these pictures, but these are just some of the pictures that I have. You know, photos, Dan Marino. This is my favorite player, Brooks Robinson. I've met him tons of times. Ted Williams. He was my favorite basketball player back then. Anthony Hardaway. Billy Mays. Mickey Mantle. I'm not going to take a lot of time with these because I got other stuff to show. Joe D. Bob Feller. And this is Johnny Vandermeer, the only one to pitch 2 no-hitters. And oddball stuff like this, you know, I got racing. You know, anytime I get a chance to meet these guys, that's Raul Bozell. He's a Formula racing guy. And this oddball stuff here, these people that build a boat, or car boat, and they're going to go all the way around the world with this thing. So that's unique stuff. But so you know, some unique stuff like that, autographs like that I have. But mainly I'm into the sports stuff and like the press steel. I got a lot of press steel. This is the celebration set, and I got a couple of those. I just want to show you these. So this is a celebration set, and you can see the who's there. We got Hank Aaron. Pretty much, it is the entire set. Aparicio. To me, this is one of the most beautiful postcards ever. Cool Papa Bell. I've shown this before in one of my first videos, but I'm just going to flash through these. Yogi. All autographed, except that they had passed away. And I do have the Roy Campanella autograph. So I have 2 sets of this. Happy Chandler. I have a Jocko Khan in here. Let me do this. This is my second set, so I'm going to flash through these and just show you some of these guys here. And pretty much got all of these guys here. Just to make Matthew. So I'm going to do this with this set here. I'll put this one away. This is the one that's, yeah, this is the one that's complete. So let's get out of this one here. The other one's almost complete. Just missing a few guys. There's Hank Aaron, Aparicio, Ernie Banks, Cool Papa Bell, Johnny Bench, Yogi, Looper Doe. So, there's Rick Campanella. So these, came out back in the 80s, 89, I think it's the year they came out. And they did this because they wanted to have all of the Hall of Famers, the living Hall of Famers, a set that they could sign. But by the time they printed the set, 3 of them had passed away. And 1 passed away right after. This is one of the nicest signature Charlie Gallagher's. Lefty Gomez had passed away when the set came out. Billy Herman. There's Catfish Hunter. Some of these people have passed away already also. But Monty Irvin. This is what the set looks like unsigned. It's a beautiful set. And he had passed away, unfortunately. Judy Johnson. There's Al Kaline, George Kell, Killebrew, Ralph Kiner. So basically, like I was saying, I'm an autograph collector. And that's really where was my passion at that time, and a set collector. And I think most of you guys are the same, set collectors, autograph collectors. But when I started collecting autographs, you had to get them in person because there was just no way. They didn't have any inserts. There's Stan the Man, Pee Wee Reese. They had, my favorite, Brooks Robinson. They had no, inserts. They had no way of getting these autographs unless you got them in person. Or you bought them from somebody who got them in person. It's the only way. You got Willie Stargell, Pops. Bill Terry is the last one that passed away. Billy Williams. Yes, look at that. They're so beautiful, these cards. And then Ted Williams. So this is the some of my autographs in the celebration set, which I have like a couple of them here. Put them back in the box. So that's some of my autographs, plus the other stuff that I have. So I have a couple of these, and I have other press deal, but it's just too much to bring everything out and show them all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you one that I'm working on now, and my my big pickup, my last pickup of the year. And I am a Hall of Fame baseball and football autograph collector. Basically, that's what I've been focusing on for many years, along with the set collecting. So I picked up today, and I got it yesterday in the mail, and this is what I got. The autograph Walter Payton gold line art to add to my set. So for the Football Hall of Fame, this is the gold line art. For the Football Hall of Fame, I have now 222 autographed Football Hall of Famers in this gold line art set. I was missing Walter Payton. I'm missing a few more, but this is number 222. I tried to pick this up at the National, and there was one there that I saw. They wanted too much. I thought they wanted too much, but I ended up paying what I would have paid at the National for it. It came up, and I had to get it. And there's one on eBay now, and ridiculous. It's in a slab, but they want like almost $3,000. Ridiculous amounts. People are crazy. It's not worth that much. But Walter Payton is passed away. He signed very few of these, and this one is PSA authenticated with the little sticker on there. That's the little sticker on there. So that was my latest pickup, and you know, really nice autograph of Walter Payton. And I want to show you some of the other ones from that set. If you haven't seen it, in one of my early videos, I actually put the whole set in. Maybe I'll show you the whole set, at least some of it here. So these are some of the other guys I have in the set. Jim Brown. I love the running backs here. Got Gale Sayers. Got Joe Montana. Pretty much got all the Hall of Famers in here, especially all current. Joe Namath. This is one of the rarest ones, one of the toughest ones to get, and that's John Madden. This is one of the toughest ones from the set, and it's beautifully autographed in that silver pen on that blue shirt. You know, and these, you know, are limited. They only did 5,000 of these, and then how many are signed is even tons less than that. So just to show you some of them, there's the John Madden. This is my favorite quarterback, Dan Marino. That's the Marino. Elway. Roger Staubach. How about going back to Bart Starr? These postcards to me are some of the most beautiful postcards. And these were done by Gary Thomas. And Gary Thomas, you know, very similar to Dick Perez, who did all the Hall of Fame postcards. Gary Thomas did all of the football Hall of Fame postcards and the pictures that are in the Hall of Fame of the players. I think about 70% of the pictures that are in the Hall of Fame are drawn by Gary Thomas. And so here's some more of the set here. That's Jim Kelly. I love this one in the snow. Just beautiful artwork, beautiful cards. And these, you know, some of them are a little rarer than the other ones, like this one, for example. This is one of the original ones released. This is what's called an enshrinee proof. And I have some of these that are enshrinee proof, 38 of 50. What that means that these were signed the day that he was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and they only did 50. So these are the truly the very limited edition. They're hand numbered. So some of them I have a lot like that, but most of them are just regular, or they also have special edition with little different things in the back. But anyway, here's Otto Graham, one of the greatest quarterbacks ever that nobody ever knows, won tons of championships. Here's some of the coaches, Tom Landry. There's the commissioner, Pete Rozelle. These are tough to get. Here's one of the greatest receivers ever, Jerry Rice. Let's go with Brad Favre. There's Bill Parcells. So I have 222 of these autographs. I have them. I'm going to show you some here, and then I'll show you a quick look at the books. And that's luck, man. Just these are all different guys. Steve Young. These I picked up at the National. Some of these. There's Terry Bradshaw. This was, well, I missed Michael Irvin. Here's Michael Irvin. He's a UM player. I liked him. And there's my man Don Shula, the greatest coach ever. And O.J. Simpson, the murderer. No, I can't say that. Sorry about that one. I actually met O.J. Simpson in person. He came to the office where I worked one day. And I got his autograph, actually. I met him with his hand, got his autograph. Just because he was a Hall of Famer. But this is my latest pickup, guys. I love it. The Walter Payton goal line art autographed with the number inscription on it. Number 34, Sweetness. This adds on to my collection. And I mentioned the books. Here's the books. I have the whole book. They're mostly alphabetical order, but I'm not gonna go through this. There's 200 of them in this book, all Hall of Famers, all autographed, Ollie Matson, I mean, you know, Don Maynard, you can go on and on and on, you know. It's 200 of them, so it's gonna take too long to go through this. But if you wanna see the entire thing, I did it in one of my early videos months ago. Anthony Munoz. So these are all Hall of Fame players. There's Chuck Noll, Leo Nomelli, Melanie Giamato, Merlin Olsen. I mean, it's just a bunch of them, guys. This is book one. And I can go on and on. Jim Ringo, Andrew Robustelli. There's Dan Rooney. There's Barry Sanders. I took some of the big guys out of there I like. But, you know, but you got everybody, including Ed Sable, people that did the NFL shows, and, you know, Art Shell. Every Hall of Famer is here. And these two books that I have, and a few stacks, like one of the stacks I showed you there, because I couldn't fit any more in these books. But I wanted to show you all of these autographs that I have here. I can go on and on and on here, but 222 now. This collection I started back in 1987. These things came out first in 87. It's the longest running series that was produced, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Art Series. It ran all the way through 2016. So they released initially a whole bunch of, I'll show you book two here. Initially, they released a whole bunch of, you know, old Hall of Famers, like, you know, Jim Thorpe and all those type of guys that had retired. And then after that, they would release them by the classes. So you could see here, the class of 2003, the class of 2006. And they did that all the way to the class of 2016. So there was a total of 301 cards that were released. And there were about 200, I think, I'm not sure if it's 246 or 245, 246 possible autographs that you could get of these guys. Yeah, these just great players. Fred Biletnikoff, George Blanda. I mean, all big name. Oh, they're all Hall of Famers. This thing is not too good of a shade, but anyway. But I wanted to show you, this is one of my passion projects here that I've been working on for many years, and I'm at 222 out of the 240 something. I'm missing a few guys, still some of the modern guys. There's Lenny Dawson here, and some that are kind of expensive. Look at that, Mike Ditka. So these are the D's here. So, you know, because there's some, like Al Davis, for example, that is very difficult to get. He didn't sign too much. It's almost impossible to get his autograph, especially on one of these, you know. There's Frank Gifford. So he's one of the tough ones. And there's a couple of guys that died right after. There's Bob Greasy, one of my favorite quarterbacks. Red Grange, and that. I got the Red Grange. I got pretty much everybody. So those are a little more difficult to obtain. And this is my big collection here. And you got some of the new guys now that are, you know, ridiculously expensive, like Michael Strahan, for example. You know, his autograph, you know, they want like $300 from Michael Strahan. Give me a break. I'll find it somehow, some way. But you know, you can get you know, these guys, most of the old timers, relatively cheap. So my autograph collection, I showed you some of that. with my baseball autographs and my football autographs. And the last kind of niche in my collection is rare 1800s photo albums. And that's kind of strange, but that's one of my things here. And it starts with this. This is a rare, let me go down on this thing so you can see, take a good look at it here. This is a rare 1887 N172 Old Judge return coupon. And PSA has graded about 6 or 7 of these. This is the highest graded example. And basically what these were inserted in with the cigarettes in the pack of cigarette pack with the cards. In those days, it was the Old Judge, 1887 Old Judge cards. So this is kind of like almost like a paper, a little thicker than a paper. So it was put kind of in between to hold the cigarettes away from the card. So when they pulled the card out, this was there. It's a redeemable coupon, and it says 50 of our certificates and secure a champion album, or 50 to secure a flower album, or the different types of album. And when it says there that it expires 5 of 89, that's 1889. So these are very, very rare. And then what you do is you send it to them and look at the address. You could tell it's so old, no zip codes, right? Goodwin and Company, Foot Grand Street, ER, New York. That's it. And they got it there. And then in the back, it shows you what it is. See, there it is. I want to show you what it redeems, because I want to show you one of the redeemable things. So it says, on receipt of 20 of these certificates previously issued by us, we will mail you an elegant cabinet photograph. So this is what you can get. You can get those big cabinet photographs, which I don't have any of those, but you see them in the auctions. They're very rare. It's the 1888, 1887 cabinets. They're big cards, photos cards. So you can get elegant photographs. So a lot of these actually were redeemed for that, of any base player in the club uniform belonging to the National League or American League or West associations that you may select from our printed list. When you return certificates, write your name and so on. So you could get that, or with 20 certificates, or with 50 certificates, you could get even better stuff. So with 50 certificates, you can redeem. This is very, it's kind of delicate stuff. I don't want to handle too much. So with that, so once you get that coupon, you can redeem stuff like this. And I'll show you the main one you redeem in a minute, but I'm going to show you some of the other kind of less valuable ones. It's this stuff. They were the books. Now these were the Allen and Ginter books, where these were the Old Judge books and the Goodwin Champion books. So I'm going to show you that. I'm actually going to show you the album that's mentioned here, but this is what these albums look like. This is the Allen and Ginter books, very similar to the ones I'm going to show you. What it has basically is pictures of the cards, the actual cards in there, with some more elaborate artwork. These were all made in 1888, or that time period, and you can see how beautiful these are. And this is what the cards look like. They were elaborate cards, and you could get the cards but the book is much rarer because it was a redemption, mail-in redemption type thing. See, so because it has all this art scenery in here. I don't want to handle them too much, but so anyway, you could get these books with all these birds and things. That's the game birds one. I'll show you another one here real quick, and I want to show you the rarest ones. And then this is another one here. Quadrupeds. This is the animal one. Again, these are another beautiful book. So I like to collect these things, and they're tough to come by, but these are some of my things that I collect. That's what the things, you see that? You can see how that looks like, and these are the cards there. There's a grizzly bear. And the cards are almost like, it seems like you can feel it kind of, you know? So that's what it looks like here. And you got all the different countries and the different animals and stuff from the different countries. Different places, different, look at that. The lions, hyenas, look at the beautiful artwork on those. So anyway, I love these books here. You know, this is the Allen and Ginter books. But the main one from there that I wanted to show you, and this is one of the more valuable books. And this is this is where I should put my gloves on, John Mangini. I definitely should, because these are super rare and delicate books that I don't want to touch too much. But I do want to share. Okay, this is, if you look at the card here, it tells you the 50 of our certificates and secure the champion album. See that? This is the champion album. And the champion album, again, you had to buy a bunch of, smoke a lot of cigarettes. Then you'd have to pull all these little certificates out of there along with the cards. And if you did smoke the Old Judge and the Gypsy Queen cigarettes, the cards you would get from these were the Goodwin Champion cards. So these are the cards that you'd get. See, these are the Goodwin Champions. So this book has the set of the Goodwin Champions in it. You'd for 50 of the certificates, 50 packs of, I guess, you know, whoever you redeem it. But anyway, after the redemption, you could get this book, the Champion album from 1888. There's probably less than 10 of these known to exist. And because they're very delicate, and you see this one has some chipping on Dunlop and a little line on Keefe here. And there's the King Kelly from the album. Most beautiful card in all of baseball, in my opinion. So let's take a look at the album. I don't want to mess too much with it, but look at that, guys. That's got right there when you open it up. It's got the Cap Anson. It's got the Cap Anson. And the rest of the players. And you could kind of feel a little bit. So this is like the colors are like incredibly done, incredible printing how they were put on here. See if I can get you a close-up of these. If you look at the Cap Anson on that, you can kind of see how beautiful that's printed in there. Almost like a 3D type effect. Back in 1888, guys. And you can see this was done by the Old Judge. Gypsy Queen smoking tobacco. And I want to dry my hands here. So, I mean, I'm sweating, nervous, because this is really delicate stuff here. And then this is the, every card in the Goodwin Champion set is in this book. with very fancy, elaborate artwork around it. It's just an incredible, rare book. And if I'm a little nervous, I don't want to mess with it too much. I don't want to touch it too much here, guys. So anyway, I don't want to bend it too much either because it comes apart easily. It's from 1888, but it's got all of these. I'll show you a little bit more. But anyway, I wanted to kind of show you some of my collection. This is a tennis, and the cool thing about this is, I mean, it shows you how they played tennis back in the day. So my collection basically involves, of course, my cards, which everybody's seen my cards, or if you didn't, go take a look at my videos, you'll see that. But this is incredibly rare because this has here the first football card right here. Beecher. First football card ever. And in this book like this, the difference with this card and the original card, it doesn't have on the bottom the advertisement that says Old Judge, Gypsy Queen. They all have Old Judge, Gypsy Queen on the bottom. This just has just the printing, just the picture alone of the card, and just a little bit more of the card than the original, than the card itself. So these are pretty neat. This is shows you all the boxers here with the John L. Sullivan, the Jack Dempsey. I've shown this in one of the videos before, but I wanted to kind of tell you and just show something special for Jake. That was a great guy. Met him at the National, walked around a little bit with him, got a chance to talk to him and meet him. You know, he's just an incredible guy. And I wanted to show something truly special. Here's this page, one of my favorite pages, with the World's Strongest Man and Buffalo Bill. And you could see how Buffalo Bill would do his act. The wrestlers are there, the horses. Look at the elaborate artwork on that. And for Adam from Vintage Sanctuary, this is beautiful. I could stare at these pages forever. It's a very, very delicate book, though. Look at that, check it out. You can see how they just kind of shine. It's like off the page almost. Look at that. This is Charles Roel, the champion pedestrian of all time. And look at these cards, how beautiful they are. And this book has just the cards and more artwork from the 1880s. It's just incredible stuff. So I love this kind of stuff. This is the stuff I collect. You know, look at the bicycle racers. I used to race in the bicycles back in those days with the big wheels. You know, so this is what I collect, Jake. I collect old, super vintage stuff, super old stuff like this, and super rare stuff like this that, you know, there's only a few of those coupons that are left, you know, at least graded. Plus, I collect Hall of Fame football autographs. I collect the old rare football cards and old rare baseball cards. So that's my collection. You see in my autograph collection, that is pretty much what I haven't shown a lot of. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for a great year, for helping me get to over 1,000 subs, for just spending time talking to me and listening to me, I guess, but I feel like I'm talking to you guys, and showing some of my collection and my latest pickup, which I'm so happy to add to my Hall of Fame football collection, and that's the Walter Payton autograph. So Jake, the Misfits, everybody that's been so supportive, thank you so much for an awesome year, and next year it's going to be even better. I hope to see you all at the National, and you know, I'll be there for sure. So everybody have an awesome day. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks, everybody.